4 ranking of spiritual beings, 4 levels, 4 layers of invisible forces that we deal with here. So we need dominion so that we can speak and get them to obey, get them to cooperate with you. Because if they are working against you, life will be very unbearable. It doesn't matter how hard you work. Authority is needed so that the invisible world, and I don't know if you are aware that this world that used to be one, submissive to God, have broken into 2. There is a group of rebel army now. Some of them are at the level of thrones. Some of them are at the level of dominions. Some of them are at the level of principalities. Some of them are powers. And they are in the rebel camp. And they are now working against man. Their job is to frustrate man. They are the ones who kill. They are the ones who cause disease. They are the ones who cause accident. You see how that angel was working to go and get help for that girl. The other ones are the ones who caused that accident. They are the ones who are causing limitation, making sure that people will not move ahead. You need authority to apply on them. Understand the authority of the believer. This dominion that God gave you must be used if you want to see results. You see us rebuke demons tormenting people, they leave. It's the same way you must rebuke the evil spirits of stagnation, the demons. If you are the type that is near success syndrome, every time something is about to happen, once it's getting close, once the minister is about to sign, your own file has reached, they will now redeploy him to another department. The guy will not resign. Oh. He won't have problem. Oh, while he's dealing with others. Once your own case gets there, something will happen. You hear that? No. It's with authority that you deal with that. Then the second thing is the blessing. The blessing. The blessing. The blessing. Genesis chapter 1:28. And he blessed them. Look at the 4 or 5 levels of blessing. Number 1 is be fruitful. That's be productive. Number 2 is multiply. Number 3 is replenish the earth, saturate the earth. Number 4, subdue and then have dominion. If your company has reached level 4, your company will be a household name. If your organization has reached level 4, even if you're a pastor, your ministry starts with level 1, you need to get the blessing to be productive. You cannot be stagnating and say you are doing well in ministry. There are pastors that are not prospering. Finances, businesses, career. And then you get to level 5 where you have dominion over the earth. Then finally, I've shown you authority, dominion. I've shown you the blessing. Now, verse 29 is the last thing, and that's the one I want to stay on, because that's the key to everything. Verse 29. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. Watch this. Which is upon the face of the earth. And every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So how is man going to create his resources, wealth, finances, and provision? Through the principle of the seed. It was established from day one. There was no fall of man. There was no curse. There was no demon yet. But you have to sow. You have to plant if you're going to reap. So Adam, before the fall, became a farmer. God planted a garden and put him. Show it to them. Is it not chapter 2 verse 15? He took man and put him in the garden to tend it and to guard it. The Lord took man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. Give me another translation. he became a farmer. This is before there was a fall. The fall of man did not affect sowing and reaping. That's why Genesis chapter 8 said, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will not cease. The Lord took man, put him in the Garden of Eden to tend and to guard and to keep it. With his authority, he can guard it or keep it. That's protection. Because at that time, there was already a demon, there was already Lucifer, there was already Satan. He has already fallen from heaven, and he fell with 1/3 of the angels. If Adam does not use his dominion, these forces that fell will mess him up. And guess what? They were the ones that got him kicked out of the garden, and that's the origin of poverty and the sufferings that we see on earth today. Adam was given dominion so that the positive supernatural carry out his word, and the negative supernatural submit to his instructions, to his command. So when Satan came into that garden to play that trick with Eve, he could have controlled it. And there's a lot of lesson from there about the family and how you run your home. Okay, now we've finished. God now came in and gave the third element required if you're going to walk in dominion: seed. Everyone say seed. Say sowing and reaping. I don't know if you're able to see in verse 29 that God created two kinds of seed. One is naked seed, the other is packaged seed. Yeah. And there are fruits that when you cut, it's only one seed that you find inside. Mango is like that, avocado is like that, coconut is like that. There are many others like that. He created two kinds of seed. He created what is called herbs, grasses. And they're everywhere. Then they produce seeds. They supply us our food, but much more importantly, they supply us our medicine. You hear about herbal medicine. An example of this type of seed: rice, grains, beans, wheat. Number one is that you have to plant them again and again. You have to plant them over and over again. And you plant them in large quantity to get substantial harvest. Because you don't just go and drop a few whatever. No. Because they also produce according to their size. That's not how you are going to get enough rice to sustain a family and sustain a community. The two kinds of seeds you sow as a believer. Then he created the other ones that are fruit trees. They are trees. They produce fruits, and inside the fruits are seeds. These are the packaged ones like this. Sometimes you find one seed, sometimes a little more, but there are not many like the grains. This one, when you plant it, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch now. When you plant it, you really have to wait. When you plant the grain, sometimes 3 months you are having a harvest. 5 months, like corn, you have a harvest. And you can replant if there is water. But when you plant this, sometimes 6 years, no harvest here. 7 years, no harvest. There are some that take up to 10 years. Now, technology and innovation in agriculture is reducing how long we have to wait before we get our first harvest. Coconut, some of them, you have to wait for years. But then you notice that once it starts producing, you don't need to replant. It keeps giving you harvest, and it will feed you and feed your children. This type of seeds is in the Bible, is what is called sacrifices. For example, do you have any apple